Hello everyone, I am Udaya, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Agricultural Engineering, Sri Shanmugha College of Engineering and Technology. In this lecture video, we are going to discuss about the topic types of water wells. Generally, wells are constructed as a structure in order to extract water from aquifers. So a water well in general, it is an engineered structure mainly constructed in order to extract groundwater from the aquifers, which is mainly used for domestic, agricultural, industrial and institutional use. The types of wells selected depends on the nature of aquifer. Generally, we have four types of aquifer: confined aquifer, unconfined aquifer, leaky aquifer, that is semi-confined aquifer, and perched aquifer. Here the major classifications of aquifers are confined aquifer and unconfined aquifer. Based on the aquifer type, we will select the well type. The second criteria is dependent on the depth of the water table, then about the geological formation, then the required amount of yield, that is based on whether it is for domestic or agricultural usage, and the final consideration is economy. So generally water wells are classified into shallow wells, deep wells and special purpose wells. Shallow wells are dug wells or open wells. The second one is driven wells. It comes under the category shallow wells. The next one is deep well. We have two types of deep wells as tube wells and bore wells. Then coming to the special purpose wells, we have artesian wells, infiltration wells and radial or collector wells. So now let us discuss in detail about shallow wells. Shallow wells are otherwise called as open wells because it is excavated up to shallow depth. These are generally large diameter wells excavated manually or mechanically to tap the shallow unconfined aquifer. The maximum depth of this open well, it goes from 5 to 20 meter, and the diameter of the well ranges from 1 to 5 meter. It is generally constructed as circular or rectangular excavation with masonry or concrete lining. Here the bottom of the well lies below the water table. The main working principle of the well is that the water enters the well by gravity flow from the surrounding aquifer. The main advantages are it is simple in construction and it requires low cost and easy maintenance. The major drawbacks are it gives seasonal yield and it gets easily contaminated due to the floating dead bodies of animals and dusts that we throw into the environment, and it is not suitable for deep aquifers. The second type of shallow wells is driven wells. So these are the small diameter wells driven into sandy soil using a well point. Its depth can go up to maximum of 15 meter and its diameter ranges from 25 to 50 mm. Here the no excavation is required. It is used in case of unconsolidated formations. It can be quickly installed with low cost. The limitations of this driven wells, it gives only low yield and short lifespan and limited depth. Next we move on to the category deep wells. So the major types of deep well: tube wells and bore wells. Tube wells, these are the small diameter wells drilled mechanically to tap the deep confined or semi-confined aquifer. Its depth ranges from 30 to 300 meter with a diameter of 100 to 300 mm. The major components required for tube wells are casing pipe, screen, gravel packing and pump. The working principle of tube well: here the water enters through screen openings under hydraulic pressure. The main advantage is that it gives high yield with less contamination. It is mainly suitable for irrigation and urban water supply. It requires high initial cost and requires skilled drilling, and over exploitation risks are maximum in case of tube wells. The second type of deep wells, it's bore wells. Bore wells are deep, narrow wells drilled in hard rock formations. Its depth goes from 50 to 500 meter. The yield of this well depends on fractures and joints. It gives only minimal storage. The main advantage, it is suitable for crystalline rocks and it occupies less space. There are high failure rates of these wells are possible since we cannot predict the water availability in the hard rock formations. The yield is uncertain. The next we can move on to the special purpose wells. Special purpose wells, the first category is artesian wells. It is a well tapped in a confined aquifer where water rises naturally above the aquifer due to pressure. The types of artesian wells are flowing artesian wells and non-flowing artesian wells. Here the advantage is that here no pumping is required. It is flowing type. It gives good quality water but limited occurrence. Here the pressure declines due to overuse. The second type of special purpose well is infiltration well. Here the wells constructed near the rivers to collect the filtered river water through the permeable soil. Here the river water infiltrates, the filtered water moves through the sand, further filtration happens and it enters into the well. We get naturally filtered water with low turbidity, but seasonal rivers affects yield, like example non-perennial rivers. The next type of special purpose well is collector wells or radial wells. It is the large diameter well with horizontal laterals extending radially into the aquifer. It is majorly used in riverbeds and floodplains. The main advantage of this collector wells, it gives very high yield and suitable for municipal water supply. It is very expensive and it requires complex construction mechanism. The selection of suitable well type mainly depends on the geological formation and depth to water table and required discharge and about the water quality and economic feasibility. Okay, so in this video we have discussed in detail about the types of water wells: shallow wells, deep wells and special wells. Shallow wells, open wells and driven wells; deep wells, bore wells, tube wells; and special wells, collector wells, artesian wells, etc. Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you.